Hello.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Doing my asanas. What it look like I'm doing?
You're at saunas. What are
Yeah.
you doing at saunas for?
Don't we got a yoga yesterday?
Yeah, we do.
So I'm warming up.
You warming up?
Show us some of my stuff.
You
I
can show
told
some of
I
your stuff?
told you I was gonna get into this.
Yes, you did. You said no more dibbling and dabbling.
Yeah, I got a headstand now. I got some good poses now.
Okay, well, today we're going to have Miss Ebony Wheeler, yoga instructor extraordinaire, who's going to be here to show us some positions and poses that we can do to help improve our yoga practice.
And help me keep my title as the world's fittest man.
So stay tuned. You're watching the Veronica Harris Show.
My tagline now.
Let's see.
World's fittest man.
Welcome back. Today we have DC native Ebony Wheeler, who started her yoga and meditation journey in the summer of 2013 by her spiritual mentor. She began her practice at the Sri Sri Center for Peace and Meditation in Washington, D.C. From that day, Ebony knew she'd found the things that she had been missing in her own life, which was peace. For Ebony, yoga has aided her in a total transformation of her life, allowing her to heal from trauma and create a more spiritually balanced lifestyle. Ebony has been able to create a strong practice, learned the power of manifestation, and began to incorporate some of her yoga practice into her youth development work. Ebony has been teaching individual and private group classes since January of 2015. In 2016, she received her 200-hour certification through Capitol Hill Yoga and received 36 hours in apprenticeships while studying under Katie Ruderer, owner Stacy DeGrassi, and Joanna Andrea. As a beginner practitioner, Ebony has been heavily influenced by other yoginis, and yearns for more knowledge and collaborations. Her practice focuses on safety and alignment while incorporating a range of asanas that allow students to explore their entire bodies. She guest teaches at Capitol Hill Yoga and offers several community-based yoga and meditation events and offers private sessions as well. Ebony follows a quote from BKS Iyengar: "Yoga allows you to find an inner peace that is not ruffled and riled by the endless stresses and struggles of life." Ebony believes that one who focuses on balancing the mind and body and spirit can achieve mastery of self, making it easy to handle the world. Thank you, Ebony, for being with us today. Namaste.
No problem. Namaste. Thank you for having me.
And this one over here,
Namaste.
who are you today?
He's Master Yogi today.
I'm today and forever, from this day forward, the world's fittest man.
Okay, well, today you have me and the world's fittest man. So, quite an interesting biography in that most yoga instructors, because we've had a couple before you, we mentioned what kind of the style of yoga or which type of yoga that they practice. And your biography didn't mention it. Is there any particular style of yoga that you practice?
Mainly Hatha.
Which is the breath, breathing?
Yes, but not breath to movement. It's normally longer holds. It focuses on the safety, the alignment, safely getting in and out of the poses and things like that. Breath work is definitely there, but it's focused during the class.
Well, we're going to definitely do a little bit of breath work later, so we'll hold off on that a little bit. So you said the reason why you came into yoga is due to needing to heal from something?
Yes. So I've experienced a lot of childhood trauma. I grew up in D.C. In not so good parts of D.C. My family life, it was typical for living in Ward 8, growing up in Ward 8. So I went through a lot. My mom and my dad, they went to prison early. It was just a lot of things. And as a young child, I started to just have really, really bad habits, whether it was biting my nails or sucking my fingers or not really knowing how to handle stress and always kind of expecting things to go wrong. So you know in life that power of manifestation, when you say something's going to go wrong and when something's not going to work, that's what happens. And it wasn't until I really started meditating and going to the Sri Sri Center and letting go, being vulnerable with myself. I realized I was so hard and everything was built up. that it took a while for me to even be able to trust myself to sit with myself.
Wow.
But when that happened, I noticed that I wasn't stressing as much. I was slowing down, and I was able to look at the brighter side of things, and I was able to walk through life saying, you know what, I am having a good day. And it didn't start off that way, but I said it enough times and I smiled enough times, and I was having a good day. So yeah.
I think it's interesting, and what you said was very interesting, but I think it's interesting where you were saying how you didn't have such a great upbringing, and now your work, in addition to the yoga, is with youth development.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important because I know Gregory, he teaches more, I guess you would say, the at-risk type youth. I don't in Jersey. I mean, we have some, but we don't. But I think what we can relate to, at least what I see now, is that a lot of kids are so angry and they're so hard, and the way they talk to each other and just the way they talk about themselves. I think I always say, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that? And I guess it's because, and a lot of the activities, because we're both educators, a lot of the behaviors that we see must be due to stress.
I think so. I think it's stress. I think that we today put an overwhelmingly amount of pressure on the youth. It's almost like they have to know exactly what they want to be in middle school today.
Yeah, so I mean, with that standard, I mean, we just got finished doing standardized testing about a couple of weeks ago, towards the end of March, and basically it's I'm not going to say the name of the standardized test, but basically it's to test you for your college readiness and skills. So in other words, what you're going to be doing when you leave here. And I often say to students, well, what do you plan to leave? I said, what do you plan to leave when you leave this joint? And a lot of them say, I don't know. And I never let them get away with saying, I don't know, but I said, just tell me something. It's okay, because I know it's going to change, but it's okay.
Like, I think it should be more of what your interests are, you know? But with that pressure right there, along with the media, the influx of media, they don't have enough positive outlets. You know what I'm saying? They don't have, everything is angry. All of their music is angry. Most of the shows, the reality shows that they watch, they're angry, they're fighting, they're bickering, they're not having effective communication. They're not, who's mirroring positive images for them.
You're right, and it's so funny because when I have a guilty pleasure. I'll watch the reality shows. We won't say their names, and I was like, why are these women hanging around each other? They clearly don't like each other, and we know that it's scripted. So somebody is telling them, okay, to fabricate this drama. Like, and some of them that are on there talking about, well, I have to go for anger management, and I'm just like, they're so angry.
Yeah, so basically my point is the not-so-reality TV is shaping how they think they need to be with each other, with people who have authority. No one has authority over them if you're not their mom. You know what I'm saying? So that whole village has been torn apart. So yes, doing my part. I was already doing youth development work, but when I got into yoga and realized what it did for me, I started to turn some of my sessions into yoga sessions or meditation sessions. I also just really talk to them about mindfulness, period. And they love it, you know what I'm saying?
Now, when you say mindfulness, what exactly do you mean by that? Because I'm sure it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people.
Yeah, but when I'm talking to them, I mean like being aware of what's going on with your body, being aware when you're stressed, being aware when you have too much going on that you can't focus, understanding that your room being dirty is in direct correlation with the clutterness of your mind right now. So if you can empty some of those things out, if you can take time to be still in your mind and actually get some of the questions answered, or let some of those things just kind of ease through. And before you know it, you'll realize that God will give you the answer when you're quiet. Or you'll realize that I can be still, and I can be peaceful, and I can move slow, and I don't have to rush, and I can study for this exam and hang out with my friend. I can create balance in my life.
Like they say in scripture, peace, be still.
Yes.
Now, with the youth you're working with, Ebony, how young are you working with?
Middle school to high school, so 12 to 18.
I find that, I teach middle school girls. I find that
Yeah, your classes.
at a young age, it's almost like I can't expect them to sit still. I can't expect them to like really find a still place.
But I mean, as an adult, can you sit still really?
No.
Exactly. We're trying to force them into this. That's why I like Montessori style schools, and I also like teachers who aren't so hard about that. Sitting still, and I mean, not sitting still and not being focused is another thing. So if you have to move around, my son is ADHD. He's not on any medication or anything. We do so many other coping mechanisms, but he might have to get up and throw this piece of paper in the trash 4 times during class, but he's going to pass the math test as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think that our education system has to be open to that. But bringing meditation into your classroom, it can definitely help them with being able to just sit still with like some breath work and getting them focused on their breath. When you focus on your breath, you'll really notice that there's nothing else to focus on.
So you're an experienced yoga instructor, so you may know how to deal with it. I didn't deal with it correctly. So here's a scenario.
Well, wait, hold on. Since we're going to get in that scenario, because it's time to go into the next segment. So in the next segment, we're going to do some demonstrations, get into some breath work, but we'll hear about your scenario first, and then we'll pick up with
She
this.
loves to cut me off, right?
You love to keep talking when it's time to go, and we'll be right back.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
And welcome back. Okay, Gregory, you have a scenario. Make with it.
Yeah, so the 10-year-old children trying to introduce meditation, some yoga practice, and I try to get everybody standing. One or two don't want to stand. I try to get them all quiet. They start making noises just because, and it's like, how am I going to get them to try to get still and meditate with these, age-appropriate behaviors?
Right. So you have to have no expectations for your class. And you have to understand that, think about the first time you sat down and meditated. How long were you actually able to really meditate? Like, you may have been sitting there for a while, but were you really meditating? So what I think you should start doing is there's lots of children's books out there where you can kind of incorporate stories into it. Also, like poses and animal names and things like that so that they can talk. So there is a pose called elephant trunk pose. So let them make the elephant noise while they're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Create some fun, create some laughter. Because for children, it has to be fun. And then when you finally do get them to sit still in meditation, give them a short time. Tell them 30 seconds. And then increase that by 30 seconds. And then next thing you know, let's increase it by 1 minute. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They'll get some benefits from that 30 seconds. If you quiet your mind for 1 second, you got 1 second of quiet and peace. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So just make it fun for them.
Interval training.
All right.
Interval
I
training.
like it.
Okay, so we're going to go to, because we talked about the breath, and
Yes.
you want to do a little bit of breath work. So we want to demonstrate that for our viewers so they
Yes.
know what we're doing. We're talking about how should we be sitting. Like, just take us through it.
Yeah, so just take a comfortable
What are
seat
you
and
doing?
whatever's
Oh.
comfortable for you, whether that's cross-legged, if you want to go, half lotus or full lotus, you can actually come to sit on your heels, just a comfortable seat. You always want to sit up tall, and I always tell my students to think that there is a string in the middle of the crown of your head and like it's lifting you up towards the ceiling. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders up and back. And just create that opening. You've opened your chest, you've lengthened your spine so the breath can go through easy. So when you inhale, your stomach goes out, it stretches out. So inhale.
You don't have a stomach.
I'm trying to make it a visual for the camera, right?
Gregory, use yours.
So we're going to start with a 3-part breath first before we take it all the way full through. So it's just controlling the breath. So I want you to inhale into your belly and expand your belly. And then inhale into your ribs. And then inhale into your chest. And then exhale from your chest to your ribs, to your belly as you draw your navel into your spine. So full inhale, inhale into your belly, and then stop. And now into your ribs, and now into your chest. And then back down, chest, ribs, belly. All right, so inhale, the next exercise, we're gonna inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds. But you're not gonna pause it. We're gonna go all the way through, but you wanna extend your belly on the inhale, and your chest is gonna lower on the exhale, and then you wanna draw your belly all the way to your spine to really just wring it out.
Okay.
All right? So, all right, close your eyes, sit up tall, and inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale deeply. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale fully. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So that's yogic breath, and that's basically awareness breath. So you can sit in meditation and you can focus on where your breath is. You can control it. You can bring it to your belly, bring it to your ribs, and bring it to your chest. And also be aware of how your body feels. Is it tight? Is it restricted? And then bring it back down, and then just focus on making it smooth and easeful. And then when you start to take it all the way through, if you just focused on what's happening, your belly's expanding, your ribs, your chest is expanding. This is all you're thinking about. And as it goes down, you're wringing everything, exhaling all of the tension right on out. But if that's the only thing that you're focused on, you'll notice that before you know, when you open your eyes, wow, I was just in this space. So I want to do one. That's for really relaxing. I want to do one that's really fun. You guys, I love your personality, so I want to do lion's breath. So come on to your heels, but I want you to cross your right ankle over your left. And just have a seat there.
Ooh, I don't know if we can be sitting like this, but go ahead.
You can squeeze your legs together and just kind of lift your hips some. You're gonna be balancing.
Okay.
You can stay there and make your palms like a claw, like a lion, and place them on your thighs. Lift your chest. So lion's breath, it's really, really fun and funny looking. So we're gonna inhale through our nose, and when we exhale, you stick your tongue way out and you say, and you look up. So it's gonna look really fun and funny on the camera. Okay, so lion's breath.
Let's see what it looks like.
All right, inhale.
You know what that looks like from the haka that they do, the Maori tribe. Okay, my turn.
All right, y'all ready? All right, so let's cross legs now.
I'm serious. That looks like the
So left over right.
From that. Okay.
Claws, lion claws, hands on thighs, lift your chest, and inhale through your nose. Lion's breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And that's lion's breath.
That's funny.
And it helps just to clear. It's almost like an air purifier for your breath.
I bet your kids would like that. I think they'd be funny.
That would be a good one.
And then you like take selfies, but they always sticking their tongue out anyway in the selfies.
And it relaxes you. Yep. So that's the main 2 breathing exercises that I do. And with that yogi breath, the first breath, you can take that into any practice. So you guys have done sun salutes and everything. And you know that sun salutes in most vinyasa classes are breath to movement. But that style of breathing, bringing it all the way through, expanding your belly all the way, that really helps you bring the heat into your body. But it also, it helps to circulate the blood, it helps to circulate the breath all through your body.
Well, I think that was pretty interesting. Just for the, I like the lions thing. It's pretty cool. I think, but the whole face of like, I mean, that's to me. I saw that in New Zealand. They have like the dance they call the haka, and that's the dance that they do before they would go to war. That was like their war dance, their war chant. And a lot of it, if you see their faces, it's like and all that stuff, and it's like and it's like being fierce and ferocious. So That to me, that's what it reminded me of. But I could see where, you know, just the breathing and just sort of being silly and getting it out. It's just like, you know, if it's freeing.
Yeah.
It's definitely freeing. So I think what you do is very interesting because as health educators, we always talk about the mind-body connection. And I say, you know, a strong body cannot support a weak mind, but a strong mind can support a weak body. So I think that is just very important. That is so to strengthen the mind. And we talk about mind, I'm not just talking about the intellect, but just the, you know, peacefulness, spirituality, all of that.
And just being aware. I teach meditation as well, and a lot of people are looking for this balance. They don't know what it is. They don't know what they want out of life and things like that. Being mindful just can create awareness of you. People need to figure out who they are in order to really be successful. We have so many things we want to do, and we're working so many jobs, and we're moving here, 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 and there. And in our head, it seems like we're all over the place, and it's because most of us are. So if you just take the time to be still, you know what I'm saying, and just be aware of your body first, internal body, external body, and that will definitely bring you to a place of peace, and you'll be able to figure out exactly what it is that I need. What does my body need? What do I need to eat? What type of yoga do I need to do? What type of exercise do I need to do? Where should I go teach? How should I incorporate this? How, you know what I'm saying? So.
You say I don't never let you talk. Go ahead, say something.
Can we do some poses?
Yeah.
Well, we
Show
have
off my
quick time, do a
skills?
quick pose. Okay.
Show the lack of
Okay.
skills you don't have?
I said skills that I got
Is
that you don't have.
there one pose that you want me to do? Because, I mean, everybody's been asking me about this one pose I want to show you guys, but is there something that you want me to
show us.
workshop?
You show us
Yeah.
something that we know.
Okay. All right. So this is my favorite pose. It's actually called Wild Thing Pose. And I
Wild-
like this pose
Wild Thing.
because it is wild. It's very graceful, but it also requires a strong foundation, and it's very fiery. It engages every single muscle in your body. It opens up your entire front body, your hips, hamstrings, everything, shoulders,
do it.
everything. So before we do that, I want to just warm up your shoulders because we're going to need that. So come to sit on your heels. Squeeze your legs together. Sit up tall like we did in meditation. Yep. Interlace your fingers in front of you. Flip your palms up. Raise your arms up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your arms next to your ears. Pull your ribs back. Tone your belly. Pull your belly into your spine. All right, release your hands. Interlace your fingers behind your back with your elbows bent. Roll your shoulders on your back and straighten your arms. Fold your torso forward, placing your forehead on your knees or the top of your head on your yoga mat, bringing your arms vertical. All right, lift your torso, release your grasp. All right, come on to hands and knees. Do a few rounds of cat-cow. We'll just do 2 here. You guys know cat-cow,
Yep.
right? Top of your feet on the floor. Yep. Inhale, round your back. Bring your chin to your chest. Press your feet down into the mat, hands down into the mat. Exhale, lower your belly towards the mat. Press your tailbone back, look forward, straighten your arms. Again, inhale, round your back. Bring your chin to your chest.
We know.
Exhale, lower your belly. Push your tailbone back, look forward. All right, walk your feet back about an inch or 2. Tuck your toes back under. Lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. So heels back, heels down and back, hands down and forward. Let's create some stillness here. All right, shift forward to plank pose, top of a push-up, high plank. All right, bring your feet together, legs together. Put the weight in your right hand and come over into a side plank, lifting your arm up to the sky. Now take your left foot and put it back behind your right leg.
Got it.
Planting down in your toes.
Okay.
All right, now lift your hips, pressing down into your hand.
I'm doing
Let
better
your,
than you,
let your
Gregory.
head hang low and let your arm drop back behind you. Now press into your hands, put your hips up, ground down into both feet. Wild thing.
Wild thing.
Wow, thing.
All right, come back up through plank if you can. Side plank, forward plank. All right, second side. You know, everything has to be balanced in yoga. So put your weight into your left hand, shift over to side plank. Take your right leg, plant it back down behind you on your toes or your foot. Lift your hips, And let your arm fall back behind you. Let your head fall back. Come back through side plank.
Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm
And
quick.
high plank.
I'm quick with it.
And back to downward facing dog. All right, yep. Create some movement. Back to plank pose. Chaturanga, bend your elbows at a 90-degree angle. Flip your toes over and lift up to upward facing dog with your torso. Lower your knees, lower your chest. Lower your right cheek on the mat. All right. Push back up to table. Put your feet together, make your knees as wide as your mat. Push your hips back. Keep your arms long out in front of you for child's pose. And just to give you another side body stretch from Wild Thing, I want you to think of your hands like an analog clock. And I want you to walk your hands out to the left and line up your left pinky with your left hip.
Oops, that's my
Press your right hip back as you try to keep your butt on your heels.
It's good there.
Inhale, walk your hands back to center.
That's a good stretch.
That's a new one.
Exhale,
this
walk
one
your
before.
hands out to the right. Line up your right pinky with your left hip. Press your right hip back.
That's your right hip or your left hip?
Left, sorry. Thank you.
I was about to say.
Inhale, walk your hands back to center. Exhale. All right. Now that's Wild Thing.
Wow. Well, I feel
That's
like
my favorite pose there.
that was some new stretches. But you know, we went over and we went into what is Veronica thinking. So, but I think that definitely that works for me.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to close out this show. So we want people. Well, where can people find you?
Right now,
How can we follow you? What can
so I am
if we
on
wanna
Instagram.
If we want to learn how to do Wild Thing.
Yes, and I have a video that I just posted. That's why I did it here. Everybody's been asking about the pose. So my Instagram is Brown Eyed Girl on Instagram. So it's Brown Eyed, EYED, _
Okay.
Girl, GIRL, and then E for Ebony. On Instagram. I am currently branding. I'm excited. I just submitted my images for my logo. So once that's done and my photo shoot happens, I'll have a website and I'll be able to put that out there for everyone. But Instagram for right now, I post lots of yoga stuff and I'm going to start doing tutorials as well.
Okay, well, we will definitely post it on the Veronica Harris Facebook page about the Brown Eyed Girl. And obviously, once this, people just be able to see you and they can also learn how to do the Wild Thing. But Ebony, we want to thank you so much. This was, we've had yoga instructors before, but everyone brings something different to the table. That's why I like what I like about health and fitness. And you've brought another thing here, another interesting thing. And we've learned a new pose, and I'm sure I was better than you at it.
I don't know about better. You was good though. I give you that.
Well, you were good too. I give you that too. Anyway, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take that back to my students.
Yes.
They're gonna love it. The
Lion's breath.
and the Wild
And the Wild Thing.
Yes.
And you're now a friend of the show, so we want you to definitely come back, teach us some new stuff.
Okay.
All right. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone who was watching us here today. You know where to find Miss Ebony Wheeler. And like we always say, instead of doing our regular deuces, we will just say namaste.
You know where to find me too.
See you next time. Where can I find you?